Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monster of Sweethearts. For those of you who don't know, I am participating in a game jam right now called the Yuri Game Jam. So this is an annual game jam that just kind of celebrates women who love women games. It's a lot about queer women, so trans women, bisexual women, gay, lesbian women, non-binary women, just queer women. Just to kind of cover the whole umbrella. I'm sure I left somebody out there, but women, yes, women of all kinds. So we are playing Monster Sweethearts. This is probably one of the more intriguing games that I came across in the Yuri Game Jam. It just looked so pretty and like also so creepy. It kind of reminded me of a certain horror visual novel that I kind of have seen occasionally on itch.io from time to time. The name escapes me, but when I find it, I will throw up the title just so that you guys can kind of get an idea for what I'm trying to refer to. So Monster Sweethearts, I think it's about vampires, and I think it's about other kind of... What? Oh god, what? Left you to starve. And me, the one who saved you. But even now, you still need me like before. Me, miss, oh you, dismiss me? None. Oh my god, this is what is this, Russian? I don't understand. Okay, my head is stinging with pain. The rapid beeping of my alarm indicating a new day. Look at this, this is beautiful. Wow. Wow. Wow, okay, I'm trying to figure out if these are like just textures kind of added in the background or if someone manually like kind of drew all of these. I don't know why, but this pillow looks really nice. I stare up above me towards the bottom of my roommate's bunker, not wanting to get up at all. The beeping stops without my interference, and I'm too tired to wonder why, but grateful nonetheless. I think about what the day has for me and what possessed me to have chosen morning classes. While I'm debating whether to off myself now or get up to live life, I feel a presence to my left. Oh my god, hello, Jaylene. Sierra. I scram to the corner of my bed while she stays staring up at me, observing. Weird. What the hell are you doing? She continues to stare. Oh, there is music here. I can barely hear it. It's very quiet. It's probably because my headphones are on so low. You used a different body wash when you showered last night and disturbed me from my sleep. Girl, don't be smelling me when I'm sleeping. What a way to be creepy, annoying, and offensive all at the same time. If it bothered you that much, you could have just waited to tell me instead of pulling a trick to get back at me. What? That's what I was doing. I was waiting for you to wake up. What do you think I was sitting here for? You be so dense sometimes, Jaylene. I huff into a sigh, wondering how unlucky one has to be to share rooms with such a person. Whatever. Just move so I can get dressed. Does that mean you're changing your body wash, Jaylene? Yeah, sure. Whatever. Damn. She seems satisfied with the answer and heads back to her top bunk. While Sierra can be truly ignorant at times, she's at least smart enough not to have classes early in the morning. Sierra's the first person I met when I moved into the sorority house, and even then, she was acting the same way she does now. Back then, I was more tolerable of her and her behavior, but now I've lost all patience. I grab a pair of clothes I stacked the night before and head for the bathroom. The bathroom is the one place of solitude that I can get around here. But as I head over to our shared one bathroom, I bump into Lexi. Oh, thank God you're okay. Blake and I thought Sierra finally snapped when you screamed. Lexi was the second one I met when first coming to Blackwood University. I was surprised she even goes here. Her father is a wealthy, powerful man, which makes me wonder why she is in Blackwood at all. This place is a mere ghost town compared to where she comes from. Nonetheless, Blake made breakfast for us downstairs. I'm brought back from my thoughts, and before I can respond, Lexi continues. Now, if you'll excuse me, Sierra took a bite out of my lipstick as if it were candy. Is this Sierra girl okay? You guys might want to call somebody. I'm just saying. So I need to have a talk with her. She walks past me, and I hear the beginning of an argument unfolding behind. Why the hell would you eat chapstick? Why would you eat lipstick? Chapstick, for small children, I can understand why a small child might want to eat chapstick because it smells like fruity, it smells like food. But lipstick smells straight up like wax, bro. Like, there ain't nothing about that. I continue on my way to shower and head downstairs freshly dressed. I see Blake behind... Hello, Blake. I see Blake behind the kitchen counter scrolling through her phone. As my footsteps near, she turns to look at me, a bright smile plastered on her face. Blake is the last person I met a year ago, and she's the most tolerable. Third time's a charm, I guess. And she majors in music. She's especially good at guitar. Listening to people play guitar with no skill is insufferable, but Blake is talented with music. She'll even play for me at times. Good morning, Jaylene. How did you sleep? The other girls didn't give you too much trouble, did they? A commutation is heard upstairs, interrupting us both. Before any further comments, feet are heard running down the stairs. Blake, Jaylene, tell this creature what she did was wrong. I said I was sorry, Lexi. Lexi is now holding Sierra by the ear, with said captive struggling to get away. Blake just smiles and turns to me while Sierra and Lexi are still arguing to themselves. Those two always need a third party to ever stop arguing. Even then it requires finesse. Finesse, I don't have so early in the morning. Blake knows this as well. Go ahead, I'll take care of this mess for you today, but you owe me dinner. Done and done. As I leave, I'm just happy to be out of the house of chaos. I travel down the road, battered from years of being used. It's a long but brisk walk down to the university. After a few minutes, I reach the sign. Blackwood Center, with the university not too far off. This university didn't exist but a year ago, the only freshly built structure on miles, if I'm being honest. Interesting. I wonder how many new universities and colleges are built every single year? And, what would inspire somebody to want to go to a brand new university? Is it just... Because if you think about it, there's not, a lot of connections. The only thing that you can be guaranteed to have is essentially the newest and latest equipment and facilities, and nothing's going to be breaking down, provided it wasn't shoddily built. That's really interesting. This university, okay. Blackwood Falls. The town itself is decades old. Used to be a mining town till an accident left everyone scurrying back to safer lands and left others deceased. As time went on, things settled down. The population went from 5,000 to something little more than a hamlet. A lot of the old houses have been transformed into sorority houses, even if they're from campus. I guess it gives more traffic to the stores between the houses and classes, which is the most traffic they've got in the last 50 years. In addition, an old ice cream shop that the animals used to call home is now a coffee shop. The building itself is still very old, even if they did renovate the inside. On the outside, it had tons of missing persons reports. Since the university was built, missing persons cases have been piling up. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad that people are sending their children to school here, which is new because before, the only crimes being committed were petty crimes done by kids TPing houses on Halloween. And all my 24 years of being here, I've never seen a crime. Okay, so she grew up here and that's why she's staying. But why would you stay? Why would you stay in your... okay. I don't know, probably to save money on costs. I don't know. I'm just thinking to myself, I think I've mentioned it before, but I did my undergraduate degree at the University of Oregon. I originally was from the Midwest, from Minnesota, and I moved out to Oregon because I just needed a different experience. I was just really tired of being in cold, desolate wasteland. I mean, Minnesota is pretty in parts, but a lot of times during the year, I mean, it is gray as hell, and it is depressing to look at every single day. And considering that 9 months out of the year you're dealing with that cold weather, I mean, it is awful to look at. If you go up further north, there's a lot of greenery. You can kind of see some of the ranges, and it's if you go up to Cabotogama, that area, which is kind of up towards the border of International Falls and everything, all of that stuff looks really pretty, and it's really gorgeous and visceral. But I'm glad that I was able to live in Oregon for a while, because literally I woke up every single morning and I'd see mountains. I'd see these giant hills. I'd see trees, and it was a beautiful, beautiful place to go to school. Certainly a small town, which was also by the time that I was done with Oregon, I was okay, I'm a little done with the cliquey small town feel. So yeah, by the time I was done with Oregon, I was kind of over Eugene. So yeah, but I guess it really kind of depends on individual people. I think that a lot of people though would prefer to get away from their hometown at least a little bit, at least be 45 minutes away, but not go to the same school, go to the university that's right in your hometown. Which is good because we only have one sheriff. Her partner died in a car crash long ago, and she's been alone ever since. We don't even have a fire station or emergency care. Damn. It makes me wonder, why would they build this university in the first place? Considering its size, it should be built in a city, not some hick town. Although without it, I wouldn't have an education so close to home. What's even stranger, I've never seen some of the people who go there before, and I've lived here my whole life. There's people from out of state that are probably coming here. The only explanation is that I have is that there are scarred homes around Blackwood, but we're the only town in miles. They can't all just be hermits that self-sustain. And it's rude to ask a stranger where they live, so I just mind my business. So it sounds like there's some kind of underground cult possibly that's happening with this that would kind of explain why there's such a disconnect between the number of students that attend school here versus the number of actual livable homes in the area. This is interesting. After a few more minutes, I arrived at the university center, already bustling with students. I'm entering the 2 front doors of the university. I'm stopped by a flyer in my face. Hey there, Jaylene. It's Taylor. We're both getting our English degree, so we know each other from class. She's also accompanied by a stranger. Are you planning on going to the Monster Sweetheart dance? It's going to be like last year's one. Last year we had a major Christmas dance. I think the school is doing a special dance each year, and October is coming up next month. Last year, Blake dragged me to the dance with Lexi and Sierra. I had more fun than expected, but this dance seems to have more romantic connotations, rather than just a Christmas theme. I don't think I can go with friends this time around. It would be awkward to just go with just girls. Totally. I lied. Taylor's face lights up and the stranger looks away, disinterested. Great, who are you going with? I didn't think this far. Lexi, Blake, Sierra? I'm utterly offended you would think I would ever go with Sierra to a dance. That is so mean. You don't have to be so mean to her. She's a little weird. She's quirky. She's the quirky girl. But you don't have to be so mean. You don't need to go with a romantic partner. You can just go with a friend. The stranger leans in to whisper something in Taylor's ear, but she does it just loud enough so that I can hear it too. I can go with her if she doesn't have any friends. Taylor looks at her in anger while the stranger snickers. That's so mean, Xanthi. What? It was a generous offer. Taylor then starts pulling Xanthi away from me and offers me a smile. See you later, Jaylene. And don't mind Xanthi. She's just rude. Xanthi huffs, and they both walk away. I check the time and realize I was running late. I run the rest of the way, making with just a few seconds to spare. As I sit, I notice an unfamiliar face seated next to me. Someone who most definitely doesn't look too interested in English. She has her feet up on the desk with her arms crossed. She notices me staring, and stares right back with an undeniable force that's hard to look away from. Is this just a school full of lesbians? In the middle of nowhere? Okay. Are you new here? The girl huffs and ignores the questions altogether, looking away. I repeat the question. Hey, I asked you something. If you're new, you're going to be needing notes. She looks back my way. And here I thought English majors were the quiet ones, but in fact, they're just annoying little shits. Okay. I was just trying to help. And you're one to talk, calling someone else an annoying little shit. Leon! A name is shouted. And the stranger looks up towards the sheriff. You're not supposed to be here, Leon. This isn't your class. I know being in the wrong class is bad, but does it warrant the sheriff coming over? What's it to you? It's everything to me. Now come with me if you don't want your parole to get any longer. Okay. I was sitting next to... Okay. You know, she's doing her time. You're getting it done, sweetie. Okay. I greatly enjoy college. I've loved learning. No, I love college too. No. Don't get me wrong. Like, for all the people that complain about college, I think that honestly a lot of us would rather wouldn't want to be anywhere else. It's just that the longer it goes on, the more you get tired of like busy work and you just want to work on what you want to go on, what you want to work on. I think that in undergrad, especially, gen eds feel so depressing in a way because you're learning about things that you know aren't going to apply to your career. Like I had to take astronomy classes to get all my science credits together. I took anthropology, I think, for the rest, but I had to take astronomy, and it was just, I didn't care, and there were physics, and it was like involving physics things that I needed to take, and there are just so many other things that like you have to learn in undergrad that you're like, this doesn't even apply to what I want to do with my life, and it doesn't necessarily apply to like my worldview or kind of like my understanding, not my worldview, but my understanding of the world itself, like, doesn't really help it. And a lot of times you just kind of want to work on your own stuff. And by the time that you actually get into your major classes, you feel like you're not learning, you feel like you're not doing as much as you'd like to do. You feel like you're not improving upon the things that you wanted to improve upon. That's why I really like grad school, because I don't really have that. I basically take classes that that are directly relevant to what I want to do with my life. And that's honestly great. My degree in particular, also allows me to take elective courses. So if I wanted to, I could double dip in other areas, such as like animation, or even if I wanted to, I could do like game development, something like that. So I really like grad school because it seems like it's more geared to what you actually want to do rather than pay thousands of dollars so that we can tell you what you need to know in order to survive in the real world, you know. I was lucky though because I had also like a lot of AP classes from high school, so I got out a year early. I got out in 3 years instead of 4. Honestly, if I had stayed a 4th year in college, I don't know how I would have done it. I would not have been a happy camper. I've loved learning ever since I was a kid, and English for me is such a great subject. I've read books since I was young, as I was often sick. They don't really accept much else in hospital rooms. Being able to go to different worlds and times is fascinating compared to my old dingy hospital room. Don't forget to finish your argumentative essay this month. While most grown, I smile as I finish the essay within the first weeks of assignment. Though it's that or having friends, if I'm being honest. Of the 3 girls I live with, Blake is the only one who goes out of her way to spend time with me. Nonetheless, I'm fine with being alone. It gives time for the most important things. I make my way through the courtyard, my classes for the day being finished. I check the time and see that I have little time to spare before my shift at the diner. I could... Jaylene! Instinct. I turn around and elbow the stranger. Jaylene! I turn around and realize it's actually someone I know. Victoria? Jaylene. Don't scare me like that. I was just trying to hug you. Physical contact is not my strong point, and you of all people should know that. Victoria's someone I've known since childhood, although she would have said friend. We've grown apart, but not due to just one singular event, rather years of events unfolding. Though she treats me the same as before. Okay, so you're just the jerk. She places her hand on my shoulder and pulls me close to her. Yeah, but who could resist me? With 2 fingers, I throw her hand off of me. Me? She looks offended for a split second, but quickly regains her composure. Good point. Making my way out of this conversation, I turn and start walking away. So, lunch at your work today? No. You mean the English no or the Spanish no? They're the same. They mean the same thing in both languages. Do they, though? So, lunch 1 a.m.? I walk away before I can hear anything else she has to say. Although we're childhood friends, it's been a while since we did friend things. 6 years to be exact. I guess as you grow into adults, things change. Though she doesn't seem to be bothered by my absence, not abstinence. She seems fine just by herself, with the tons of guys and girls chasing after her. I'm not jealous or anything. She's allowed to hang out with whoever she wants, and I'm allowed to hang out with no one. Very flustered, I finally... That's sad. It sounds like you're just jealous, and rather than admitting that you're jealous, you're just, like, ignoring her, and she seems to think that you guys are still friends, but you're ignoring her. Okay, so you go home for a moment of peace, and then she Jaylene! Gah! Can you let go, please? She hit me, Jaylene. Don't change the subject. Oh, she's sad. It's like I'm dealing with Tyler. Who hit you? Lexi. For accidentally eating your lipstick. I mean, she shoots it from the covers. You're siding with her? I mean, that cost like $50. Of course she would be mad. That bite you took probably cost $20 itself. I didn't mean to. I confused it with a push pop. So you would eat a push pop that's not your own? Who does that? How can you do that? It was dark and I thought it was my purse. Oh, God. Someone needs to help this poor girl. Sierra, get up. Our boss is going to be mad if we don't make it there in time. No, you made me cry. You're so mean, Jaylene, and you made me angry. Get up. Get your ass up and go to work. If you get up and get dressed and be quiet from here to there, I may buy you a milkshake. You're so nice, Jaylene. Finally, ready to hand out? We don't have a car, so we walk over to the diner. A jogger comes down. A member of the swim team, too. Oh, Sierra smacks into this girl. Okay, ow. Oh my God, are you okay? So, yeah, so essentially, so knocks her over. Okay, I don't know what the point of that interaction is. Cool. So we're gonna make a milkshake. We're helping here. We're helping with the place. Great. Great. There we are. Ooh, she's pretty. Cool. Okay. Okay. All right. I think I'm actually going to bring this episode to a close. We've been going for about 20 minutes on the playthrough here. So I think I'm going to actually pick this up where it leaves off. I'll see. We'll see. If you guys like this video, do leave a like. Consider subscribing to my channel because it does help me out a lot. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all here next time. Bye!